already mentioned, we're going to see three typical games of Kramnik. And the reason why I'm bringing Kramnik's game, because he is probably the best Catalan player. He's one of the best players alive, but he's best Catalan player that ever was. So, as we promised, we're going to see his Kramnik's three game on the highest level. The first game I want to see Kramnik against Carlsen. Knight f3, knight f6. Kramnik starts normally with knight f3, c4, e6, g3, d5, d4, bishop e7, bishop g2. We arrived to a Catalan, a regular start position of Catalan. Bishop g2, castle, white castles, d takes c, queen c2, a6, queen takes c4, b5, queen c2, bishop b7, and that's the key move, bishop d2 here. And after bishop d2, Carlsen chose knight c6, and we already saw, Eugene already mentioned that this is not a very good move, and we're gonna show you exactly how game ended. Game ended, it's actually a very short game, very powerful play by white. Knight b4, bishop takes b4, bishop takes b4, a3, and after bishop back to e7, knight bd2. In Catalan, when you played in this type of position with bishop on b7 and pawn on b5, it's very essential for black to play c5 eventually. If black does not make c5, as a rule, they're gonna have very bad position. And this is good example of it. After knight bd2, rook c8 was played. Now there is one move to full happiness going c5, but b4, a5. Well, white doesn't want just simply protect the b4 pawn, because black may put little more pressure and have some counterplay. But after a5, knight e5, attacking bishop, and black played knight d5. Well, I have to point here that if bishops were exchanged, knight c6 idea is very painful for black. So black played knight d5, and another very powerful sequence of move by Kramnik, knight b3, a takes b, and knight e5, attacking bishop, and by bishop, after bishop a8, knight c6, attacking the queen. Bishop takes c6, knight takes c6, and after queen d7, now bishop takes d5, because he wants to take on b4 after that. Pawn has to take, and now after a takes b, you see the total positional fiasco for black. White has dominating knight, a file, the c file, and favorable pawn structure. Actually, if I saw this game on any reasonable level, and if I was told that black resigned, I wouldn't be surprised. I might have resigned myself here in this position. So rook f e8, rook a5, and I don't think we need to do more. Was bishop f8 was played. Black lost a pawn. They lost the game very quickly. Very powerful, short and powerful example of precise play.